Kia ora, my friends, and welcome to the 1967 New Zealand Grand Prix that took part at the Pukekohe Park Raceway on 7th January 1967. This is part of my 1967 race season that we are going to be playing mostly with ASSETO Corsa, but might use some other sims if we can find the tracks, etc. Now, if you haven't seen the first video, we already took part in the South African Grand Prix at Kialami circuit, and I finished in 7th with outside of the points. That was January 2nd, and the next Grand Prix, it doesn't come until May. That is in Monaco. Between that, there's non-championship races, like the second race of Champions Brands Hatch. There will be March 12th, and the first Spring Cup in Oulton Park, and another one, and the 19th PRDC International Trophy at Silverstone. We will play, we will race all those later on. But in the meantime, I saw that we have the Tasman Series that comes before that. We are not going to be doing all of them, but we will play a few. Like, we're going to start with Pukekohe, and Levin, I couldn't find the track anywhere. Wigram, I think, is not available as well, but we're going to play at least Teretonga later on down the road. For now, the idea is to play the 1967 New Zealand Grand Prix, where, as you can see here, Jackie Stewart won in real life, becoming the last British driver to win the event until Lando Norris in 2016. We don't have in Assetto Corsa all these drivers and all the combinations that at that time was very crazy. The chassis with engines, the move, etc. Like we have Jack Brabham, they took part with a Brabham BT19, 2.5 liters engine, but then Hulme took part with a Brabham BT7A and a Coventry Climax engine. So it's a lot of combinations that is very hard to replicate. We won't be able to replicate. And most of the grid are locals from Australia and New Zealand, down under, and just a few Formula 1 teams that came. So what we're gonna do is, I already have this prepared. One thing that you will notice is that the track actually is not exactly the same. The track that I found is from 2013, the layout, and this is made by Air1 CHO and Rainmaker. I will leave the link in the video description if you want to try yourself and you don't have it, this track. You can see the difference is here at the end of the longest straight, you could say. In 1967, it was just after the kink all the way down to turn 6. However, in this layout, we have to slow down quite a lot, and I won't be able to match the times. Here the fastest time was 1 minute, and you can see my best lap here has been a 1 minute 12. Now I should mention that the calendar that I'm gonna do for F1 is gonna be with the Ferrari. All these races are gonna be with the Ferrari, and see how we can do. I'm a Ferrari lover, a tifosi since childhood. But all these other races, if Ferrari didn't attend, like in this case, the New Zealand Grand Prix, I will play with some other cars so I can taste and experience some other driving, and they really drive very, very different. This is part of the GPL 67 mod that will also leave a link. Is this one? GPL 67, yeah, this one. By THR, very good, very cool mod that I highly recommend if you haven't tried it yet. And we're gonna do just the race. As you can see here, I'm gonna do the 57 laps. That is what they did in real life. It's a small circuit, so it's gonna take here it tells me 1 hour 15 more or less. So that's what you can expect of this video. I'm gonna do it all 100%. It's a lot of fun. I'm gonna be starting last because we have a ton of slow cars and only a few F1 cars with us. But I left the strength, the AI strength, to 85%, plus minus 3% in there. The aggression at 35. I definitely have the pace to beat them all. However, the thing I'm trying to train myself in endurance. You know, if you do a short race, you go as fast as possible and you bumping everybody out of the way to trying to go through. That's what happens when you do 3, 5 laps, 10 laps, something like that. So I'm gonna go trying to train my endurance, because I'm gonna see if I can do some endurance races later on as well. But we are playing with 100% mechanical damage, so we have to be very careful not to hit the car. The fuel consumption and tire wear is at ×1 because we are doing the 100% of the race. As you can see, I do use automatic clutch because I play with keyboard, and it's very hard to use a clutch with another key. I feel like a pianist in there. And these are the settings that I'm comfortable. The car moves a lot, is a lot of fun, but it's very hard to and very easy to make a mistake and crash against a wall, and then you have to limp your way to the pits to see if you can fix it or it's game over. So anyway, that's the settings that we have for the race. And what else I would like to tell you? Well, we are gonna be driving, I think I mentioned, right, with Dennis Hulme that became the world champion in this 1967 season. But in this race, actually, he had to retire on lap 50, the same as his teammate Jack Brabham, very earlier. It doesn't say why. Lap 5, he had to retire. Let's see if I can finish the race and how high up I can go. This was won by Jackie Stewart. Jim Clark was second, and Richard Atwood. Unfortunately, we don't have him in this mod to check. But anyway, enough talking. Let's get into the grid, and I catch up with you in a moment. Kia ora once again, my friends, and here we are at the circuit Pukekohe, I think, in Auckland. And as you can see, we are going to be starting last. We have Jack Brabham, Jim Clark, Jackie Stewart, Graham Hale, and Mike Spence, the big guns with the big cars in the first positions, and then a lot of Matras, F2 cars, slower cars. As you can see, we don't have any Australian and New Zealanders in there, but yeah, this is what we could actually do. We have Frank Garner in 11th position. Is the only one from down under. We have a beautiful summer weather here in January in the South Hemisphere, and let me just set up. I'm gonna go with a short gear, and we are gonna put around 65 liters. That for the testing that I've done is gonna be more than enough. It's around a liter per lap. So we're ready. Let's get into it. All right. Let me place the gears so you guys can see that. And I'm gonna go very slowly. Take it very easy here and try to pass these slow cars at the main straight, because with the 35% aggression that I have it set, they actually, I'm already damaging the tires. They do hit you, but if I lower too much, then they don't pass the other cars. So it's hard to find a balance. And this is very loud on my ears. Oh, I thought he was gonna hit me. I did touch him. Sorry. Oh, I think I touched the exhaust. No, they don't let you go through. It's very loud on my ears, but I turn it down on OBS, so probably I want to try not to scream. Let me see if I can turn down on my headset, because it's very loud on my ears. I'm screaming here like crazy. Now this circuit is very, very, very small, and it's very easy to hit the walls and stuff. So yeah, P15. Now the tires are cold. It takes around a lap. So now is when we are starting to get into a good temperature to race. And for the most part, I switch gears very fast, so I don't have too much torque, because otherwise it's very easy to lose the car. This car drives much different than the Ferrari that I'm used to. Oh, Jackie X here, sorry. And remember, we are with 100% damage, so I don't know if I'm gonna finish the race at this rate. Come on, Jackie, push. This corner is very tricky, and it's very easy to hit that wall on my right side, my right hand side. You really have to point as straight as possible before, and very careful with the throttle, because the car just slides like crazy. Okay, P12. I'm gonna be taking it as easy as I can in these early stages of the race. Not many retirements in the testing that I've done. They break quite early here. Oi. Here we go. Sliding all over the place. It's like driving on ice. You use the throttle and the rear axle to steer most of the time. And I try to use the gears actually to the engine to brake, because the brakes is very easy to lock up the tires. All right, P10. There we go. They look so small. Those cars. Okay, we have some open road. See if we can make our way up. I think around, for the testing that I've done, around lap 20 or so, we will, if I'm still in the race, we should be catching up with the race leaders. So more or less around midway. And then you have to keep, this is P8 now. It's an endurance more than anything. The first race that we did in Kyalami, I did 80 laps. The full race as well, but that took that was much longer, over 2 hours, 2.5, and I made a mistake. It's so easy to, you know, me after an hour or so, you start getting, I don't know, like lethargic. The concentration slips. You're not as consistent and start making mistakes. I did a stupid mistake. I don't know, probably I pressed the throttle too early on a corner and on a turn, and I went out and I hit a wall. And I had to go to boxes to repair. I lost a ton of time. Came out in 6th, and I was pushing like crazy, trying to get more points, and in the end that cost me the only point that I had at that moment. And I finished 7th in the end. I got tangled up with Surtees. And the poor guy, I was so angry. Yelling at him, and it was my fault. And I took him out of the race. I was lapping him though, in my defense. And here we are. Lap 6 already. This is an F1 car, I think. Yeah, I think. Let's see. I don't recognize all the helmets yet. Ooh. The track. Oh, I forgot to mention in at the intro. The track conditions, I always use green conditions with these vintage races because P7 even if in 1967 the track was new, but I didn't actually check when was this track built. But even if it was new at that time, the tarmac is not like now, so it makes no sense to play with the optimum condition, the best race conditions, right? So I always use it in green. But it's still not bad for the time, but I'm getting stuck behind these guys. These guys are I think they are F1 drivers. To focus. So he's trying. Say, if I put the pass, if I set the aggression too low, then they just don't pass. I think this is Brabham actually, the yellow helmet. Here sliding to the delight of the fans, the dismay of our team at the pitch. P8. I thought I was P7 a moment ago. Sliding here to get the. I swift gears very fast there because otherwise with so much torque, if you're not completely a straight line. The car just goes all over the place. So we passed, I think it's Brabham, yeah, number 1, our teammate. Oh, so slow in this corner. Well, we have to be careful, or I'm not gonna. Lap 8 already hitting everything. I'm not gonna finish the race. Oh. Too many mistakes. Driving and talking is very hard. P7 now. Let's see who we have in here. This is an F1 car as well. It's a steward. It's Jackie Stewart. Oh, I'm driving the car like crazy. He's right beside me. I'm going too hot here. Oh, we made it. All right. He's right there. Point towards the apex. There we go. So we shouldn't have to P6 now, unless something catastrophic happens. So we have an F2 car leading or something. And these are all F1 cars. This is Graham Hill. Oi! It's so easy to touch. It would have been maybe better to give them more AI strength. However, I was afraid that I wasn't going to be able to catch them. And the thing is that I have to finish the 57 laps. And for sure I'm gonna be doing many mistakes along the way. Look at that, the car just wants to go in a different direction that you want to. Okay. We got through. He's right there though. Graham Hill. So switch gears very fast to allow the car don't have so much torque. Otherwise you just touch a little bit the throttle and the car just slides away from you. Now here they are very fast. I need to. I have a good car. P5. Oi, oi, oi. Well, there goes the first of the mistakes. Trying to look at the pit board and it's already gone. Okay, P3. I didn't see the time. What I don't know is who is in front and the distance, the gap. My fifth gear is too short in here, but I found that without getting into too much into the settings, it takes a long time to do that. It works well for me. I have a pretty decent pace as it is, so not optimal by any means, but this is a lot of fun. Oh yeah, I went away. Oh, it tells me Graham Hill 2.1. So that was the last lap, because the pit board tells you the last lap. I was behind Graham Hill 2.1 seconds, but we passed him. Let's see who we have in front now. Oh, yeah, let him go. Because the AI, for the most part, they just take their line. So it doesn't matter if you are going faster or slower, they just do the line. So if they are going faster than you in a corner, they take you out. They hit you. So it's very hard to make. You have to calculate that for sure you have the space to pass. Oh, it's still hill. No, this is, but we just passed a hill. The pit board is not updated, I think. See if we can pass now. Much better now. This is a lap car, a slow car. Oh my goodness. Didn't pass him. Got stuck behind, so we can open a small gap. Oh, that was Jim Clark. So, looking at the pit board again. Look at that. Well, that was there he goes again. Wow, look at that. If you're not in a straight line, the car really, when you accelerate, it goes all over the place. Okay, so that's Jim Clark. Now I have a slow car in front. It's harder than it looks with a keyboard, guys. Okay, that's done. Let's go towards Clark again. By this time he was already 2 times world champion, I think. 1967, yeah. Can think why the drivers would race this type of Grand Prix, right? Like, why would they come here? It's a local championship. You have to think that 1967, I checked it online. Jim Clark was getting paid £7,500. A 2-time world champion. And with so many races, so long between races, they would just look for something else, not only to train, but also to earn more money. You have to think that in Great Britain, the tax at that time was 93%. So they were racing and putting their lives on the line. Every year, so many drivers dying, right? At this time and day, and they were doing it for their majesty. All the money that you will get. That's why Stewart actually he moved his residence to Paris, went to France. Jackie Stewart went to Switzerland because otherwise you are risking your life. And Stewart actually he died in an accident in Hockenheim, right? On an F2 event. He wasn't even supposed to be racing that day. And your family, you have nothing for them left with all the taxes and all that. But that's how it was. But thanks to the sims and the games now, we are able to experience all the races, well, most of them, like this New Zealand Grand Prix. It's coming back on me, huh? But with aggression like this, they still come back to you. They have to be on your toes. I need to push. A little too hot. I think we are behind him now again. Oh, they're so slow in this turn. Oof. We're in lap 18. On the straight though, they accelerating not so fast. Take it easy here. Don't let him go away. See if I can outbrake him. Well, I know I can. Just have to do it. But I can't be... Oh. Can I take the place though? Yes! Have a ton of slow traffic here. So tricky. There's a lot of bumps in that part of the circuit. Oh, he's gonna block me. And now Clark is coming very fast. He's gonna try to pass me. Don't do anything silly, AI. I have to be careful here because if they are trying to pass each other, yes they are. Well, not bad. I can pass one. I don't know if any of these are for position besides Clark. Oi, so slow. See what it says, the pit wall here. P2, yes. So we did pass someone for position. Maybe a Spence. This might be Jackie Stewart then. I don't think we passed the Stewart. Oh, this is Mike Spence. So he was leading. It's gonna be tricky because he's gonna be faster. The entry to the... Oh, we have this car in here. Oh, I can pass him here. Oh, it's gonna do the down under. No. Oh. Yeah, I think we got it. So we might be leading the race. Lap 21. No, P2. Oh, or is that the previous lap? Now I'm not sure. But don't look at the pit board. Look at the road. Keep your eyes on the road. Your hands up on the wheel. Sliding our way through the curve. It's a lot of fun. Not fast though. And keep the engine without revving too much. Let's see if we are leading or we are in second. I think we are first. And if that's the case, it's gonna be a race to lose from now on. Oh, there it goes. One more mistake. No, P2. 1:12. I think this is my best time. I have to scratch my nose and leave the keyboard at a very awkward time. This is a slower car. It's blocking me though. Going a little. He hit me. Was this the leader? I don't believe Amatra was leading the race ahead of the F1 cars. It would be cool though. Not much of an advantage, as you can see in a circuit like this. On a track like so small. No, we're still P2. He says Clark. How many Clarks do we have in the game? Well, P2 is quite nice. Anyway, lap 24. The tires, they last forever. Probably you can do 2 Grand Prix with these tires back in the day. And we should have enough fuel. So I don't expect them to pit either. I saw someone going into the pits a few laps before, but probably they had a come together or something. No retirements though, I didn't see any message. Point in the right direction before doing the throttle. Another lap. I still P2. Oi. I should wait and look at the pit board when I get like down here. It only lasts, I think it's 8 seconds. This is a mod from the race department. This pit board that I really like. Instead of using the ASSETO Corsa vanilla stuff, though you can also use, not that bad, but I think it's more realistic with the pit board. I saw this from GP Labs. That I love. This guy has so much content. Most of the stuff that I'm playing, I found on his channel. The car mods, a lot of tracks, stuff. Awesome guy to watch. so cool, always. Winning or losing doesn't matter. The important thing is to have fun, which I totally agree. So we still P2. Let's see if I can do some laps here. Don't worry much about the P1 or 2 or whatever it is. See if I can pick up the pace a little bit. Oh, just catching the car in there. I think I placed the rear tires in the grass. I back the engine like this, but I find it easier to go where I want to go if I don't have so much torque. Sliding a little there for the fans. More slow traffic ahead. What lap are we? 27. 30 laps left. Oh, hot, too hot, too hot. Try to focus. That's when you start getting a little tired and easy to make a stupid mistake and your race is over. I don't look to the crowd this time. I'm lucky I can pass them all. Oh! Look at that, too much power in there. Now I can only pass one. Jackie X here. I have to be careful because this guy is looking to the inside. Coming very, he's gonna hit me. Because I got in the middle of the lane. But not too much damage there. Just some body work. As long as we don't touch wheels, it's alright. This guy is very slow. It was an awkward place to pass. Oi. And we have around double the power than the Matras, the F2 cars have. But as you can see, this a track like this is not that much of a difference. You are faster, of course, but so Jim Clark, I think, has one of those days that he just put the pedal to the metal and it's gonna be very hard to catch. definitely not impossible for me. Alright. Here's what we have in front. Oh, that's the grass. Be careful. Come on, this is number 8 car. Let me go. Is this? This is an F1 car, for sure. Much bigger. Could this be Clark? Don't remember if he had a yellow helmet. I think yellow helmet was Brabham. Oh, I'm P1! What? This doesn't make sense. Or is delay, or I don't know. I can't be lapping an F1 car already. Oh, it is! It is Brabham. Oi! Okay, well, at least there goes a mistake that I was mentioning. At least I was very lucky that I didn't touch the steering. The steering feels fine, so we're okay. We're okay. But that was scary as heck. And again, I was scratching my nose. I don't know why. It's so itchy. Maybe it's nerves. Using the whole width of the circuit, and I'm first. So this is. I'm going to lap him, so just take it very easy. Lap 32. He's right there, he's fast. And we have lap cars in here. Oh my goodness. Have to get out of the way of his lane, because otherwise he's gonna hit me. Come on, lap car, let me through. No, don't touch me. Well, somehow we avoided touching wheels there. Another very awkward place to pass. Ah, he came back. Oh. Okay, I don't have to do this. But now Brabham is coming so fast behind me. So easy to make a mistake. Yellow flag. Oh, there you go. Someone spun out. Okay, crisis averted for now. Uy! Lap 33. This mattress, maybe the fuel tank is much smaller and they need to pit for gas, for fuel. Could be. I haven't raced with the F2 cars yet, so I'm not sure. Have to watch out because they can come out of the pits. I'm in first. I just have to. This is my race to lose. I have to be careful. And this is where the endurance part of the race kicks in. Lap 34. And this is where I need to train to keep consistent. And don't do mistakes like this. I should have let him go. This is a better spot to pass. There could be cars coming out of the pit. Have to be careful there. Try to be as smooth as possible. Smooth operator. I want to train this to do some endurance races later. We cannot change drivers playing a single player, but still want to try long races in the World Sport Car Championship. Take it easy here and go. I'm in first anyway, so I think Jim Clark is second, so he has to come and pass me. Keep focusing forward. Some parts that they are so slow. But in others, they're easy to hit you. A ton of traffic. But that car is damaged. Look at the sparks. He doesn't fit. Where is that? Or is that a wheel? It's broken or what? The suspension maybe. Looks very cool, but I'm a little concerned. We're gonna get into a melee here. Two cars with this. With the sparks coming all over the place. These are F1 cars as well. I have to be careful because they're gonna try to pass. So just let them go. or not. It's Jackie Stewart. Sorry, I'm not as smooth as you are. Well, you're not that smooth either because look at your tires. Go behind them for a little bit. I'm gonna lap them. Leave some space between us. 20 laps left. Wow, 118. That's a very slow lap. They're stuck behind a slower car, I think. There he goes. Did they touch? Looks like. I'm just gonna look, stay here and look from the sidelines. I don't want to crash and destroy my chances of winning the race. Well, and finishing. There, he went through. Stewart is through. Oi! Brake check. So squarely the cars in that ramp. I think, well, it might be an F1 car ahead of all here. That's why they can't get through. Oh no, we're gonna touch. No, no, no. No. Yeah, he was an F1 car. Well, I don't know how we didn't go all of us to hell. I think this is Jim Clark with this that helmet design. But that would mean that I'm lapping the whole field. Lap 40. I have to be careful because they're gonna come fast behind me and they can rear-end me if I'm not careful. Oh, this is hill. No, I don't have. This is Graham Hill. The tires starting to get worn. Can I pass him here? Oh. See, if the blue flags were in consideration for the AI and they will get out of the way, that's much easier. But you have to assume, I already noticed, at least in ASSETO Corsa, that blue flags mean absolutely nothing. He's right behind me again. I just lapped you. But I need to open a gap or he's gonna come right behind my rear again. Have a slow car to deal with. Yeah. All right. Oi. Because it's sliding all over the place, the tires they get overheated. And you lose all the little grip that these tires give. Okay, a 112. That's a good lap. Good lap for me. Here we go. So next race most probably is gonna be, I'm doing some other things. I already recorded the 1923 French Grand Prix with a nice cup of tea cars that are on the race department. And the track, however, tours, there was a road circuit. The roads of France is not available anywhere unless you become a patron of a historic sim studios, I think is the name, I don't remember exactly. On that video I will leave the links of that. But this studio is doing the tours track, the circuit, the road track. I'm here talking and going so slow. But you have to become a Patreon to be able to download the beta of the track. It's like €5 a month, but unfortunately I cannot afford at this time to do. So I used another track from Pat Alfie, I think is the developer. Very cool track also. 25 kilometers of French roads. That would come before this race actually, so you can check it on the channel as well. It's right behind me. I start talking here, it's very easy to lose your concentration. To pay attention at your, not only your braking points, but also your throttle points. So you hit the throttle a little too early or a little too late, and you are gone. There we go. And I plan to do a lot more. Hopefully, the longer videos are just starting to get published now. I have to see if people are willing to watch full race length Grand Prix like this, or if it's too much. For me, it's very interesting. And also a way to train my endurance, because it's not just I hate the dirt in there. You can do one lap fast, but when you have to do many laps, and you have to try to be consistent. As you can see, I'm the totally opposite. I took one good lap and then a bad lap. Don't get on the grass. Oh, too hot, too hot. But if you haven't tried this, oh, look at that. Sorry. Did I took him out. Shoot. Without a need, I took the guy. What? This is offline. I don't play online. You can see why. It would be terrible if I took someone out of the race. leading with a ton of gap in my favor, so I have to avoid those mistakes. Hopefully I can get better as I train myself more and more. I just started playing ASSETO Corsa. Not even a month, something like that. Yellow flag. Oh, too hot. Sorry, I should give him the position. No, there he is, the guy that I just took out. Oh, I'm so sorry. I almost took out another one. The next lap. Yeah, the fatigue, that is when it starts to kick in. Too fast here. I need to concentrate. Yeah, oh no! Well, you can see this is how easy it is to screw up the race. My steering is damaged. I need to go to pitch now. See how much time I lose. Probably lost the race. Lap 47. So this is the well, look at that. Yeah, I can go faster. Oh shoot. Well, we're gonna go to pits. Denny Hulme didn't finish the race back in the day, and probably even if we finish, I don't think we're gonna finish in a good position. I don't know how much of a gap I have. I'm gonna try to get to boxes as fast as possible, but let these guys go. He's unlapping himself. Completely lost the car there. But there's not a race that I have done so far without an incident. Don't break it anymore. This already is gonna take who knows how long. Come on, come on. See if we can finish in the podium. Not that long. Let's see what position we come out. Now, cold tires. Have to remember that. P3. So I need one lap to warm up the tires, and let's see how far we are from the leaders. And try not to make another stupid mistake. Yellow flag. This poor guy that I took out. Oh, the game stutters suddenly. Okay, tires should be getting now up to temperature. So we need to start pushing. We have 7-8 laps to try. Too hot, but I think we park ourselves in the apex. All right, that's a slow car though. That's not for position. Who knows? This is a very small circuit, so we lost a lot of time. Oh, P2! That was for position then. And Jim Clark is first. 1.6? Gonna be 1.6 only. Ahead of us. Let's see if we can catch up. Will this be him? Now the AI doesn't take that car out. It's gonna show me every single lap to make me feel so bad that I took him out. No, this is an F2 car, I think. Yeah. Too much torque. Looking at the mirror, gets so close to me, the lap car. Now I can open a gap. But I think that's Jackie, the steward with the sparks. Shoot the line that this guy took. Oh, don't block me. This is Brabham. This is Jack Brabham. Oh, there's a car out to my right. That's why there was a yellow flag in here. And then it's another yellow flag for this guy that I took out. These guys, I think I was lapping them. So where is Jim Clark? P2. Oh, Frank Gardner is out. Maybe the only Australian that we had with the mattress in the race. Probably the guy that I took out. Or maybe here. We'll see. If they retire, they won't be... No. So it's the guy I took out. Gardner. Yeah, he's not here anymore. So I took out the only Australian from the mattress. Sorry. Okay. Another guy out. And still P2. There's like 3 laps left. Have to focus forward. I don't think I'm gonna be able to catch up. I'm sure gonna try though. See if this group ahead. I'm not talking, I'm trying to focus on the driving, see if I can catch up to Jim Clark. Don't know if maybe it's one of these 2 cars. No. Oh yes! No, this is Stewart. This is Jackie Stewart. And now it has both tires with the sparks. Before it was one. Try to get inside. Nobody goes unscathed in this race. So easy to hit something or someone. Running out of time. Running out of laps. 2 laps left. He's gonna hit me. Wow. He's so... I mean, they go very fast until the braking point. Then they slow so much. Look at this. And then they accelerate again. Have no time to lose. But like this, I'm losing more time actually. I'm not gonna catch. Good old Jim. Leading on final lap. Oh, maybe he's bottled up in here. Well, what a end of the race. He just started the lap too, because I got the message right now. It has to be in this group. Oh, I'm gonna need one more lap. And everybody's trying to pass here. Look at that. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go. Sorry. No, no, no. No. I ran out of laps. Okay, second. After the big mistake that I had, I'm happy with that though. So that's it. Second place to Jim Clark. So here we are back at the pits. The race is over and we finished in second position by a gap of 1.6 seconds. We were right there. It was so close. It was a lot of fun for me. I hope it was entertaining enough. After seeing the replay, it was my mistake, of course, but it wasn't that much of it. Just my left side tires a little bit of the track, and I got a bump in there and I lost control of the car directly against the wall. And if you touch the suspension or that, you have to try make it to the pits, and luckily we did. In real life that would have been a DNF for sure. But anyway, here we are. So Jim Clark wins, finished second, 1.6 seconds behind, and Graham Hill is third, 1 lap behind already. Jackie Stewart, Jack Brabham, and then we have all the matras. John Servos, blah blah blah, Jackie X, Mike Spence with an F1 car is behind the matras. Look at that. Jean-Pierre Beltois, Dan Gurney, and only one retirement, I think. Yeah, Trevor Bloydike. He did 47 laps, and actually, didn't I take out one guy? Frank Gardner I took out, right? Where is he? Oh, it doesn't appear in here or what? Oh, there he is. Last, yes. 38. He completed 38 laps. I took him out. So sorry about that. But anyway, this was for me a lot of fun. Really. I hope it was entertaining to watch. And next race we will do in the F1 series. We will do another Tasman series Grand Prix. I don't even gonna keep track of the points or that in here because we're not gonna do all the races in the Tasman series. We'll do a few of them, and besides this I will be doing some other stuff like I just mentioned it, the 1923 French Grand Prix with the old cars from that era, and yeah, some stuff like that. But anyway, thank you very much for your time. This was Dario. I hope you enjoy it, and please take care, be safe, and I hope to see you soon with another one. Bye for now.